Hi, welcome to Rainbow Online Connection. My name's Noah. My pronouns are they, them.
Hi, my name is Caitlin, and my pronouns are they, them as well.
And here we are talking to you today about everything you need to know about our Rainbow Online Connections 2022 Dungeons and Dragons programming. So, for those who maybe don't know, Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop role-play game that was first popular back in the 70s and has continued, having people who are interested in it and play it for many, many years, and has sort of made a comeback into the popular culture in more recent times. I have been playing it for a number of years. I think it's very fun. I think it's very fulfilling, and I'm very excited to be bringing it into our Rainbow Online Connection space. So, when you play Dungeons and Dragons, it is a group best played with friends, and so we want to be your group. If you have interest in playing D&D but have never known anybody else who knows how, or just can't find people who are available at the same time as you, anything like that, we want to provide you with the opportunity to play, because I think that it is a great experience, especially for LGBT youth, just to have that space to safely role play and have a lot of fun with people who are in the same boat as you. So when you play Dungeons and Dragons, most groups are between 4 to 5 people, and you'll always have one person who is the DM or Dungeon Master. In our ROC campaigns, that's going to be me. I'm going to be your Dungeon Master. So the DM is in charge of narrating the story and sort of telling the players how things unfold, controlling the non-playable characters that the player characters will encounter, and each player will get to control their unique character. You can role play, immerse yourself in it. It's improv, it's storytelling, it's cool combat, it's all of the above. And so our first session of every campaign, we have 3 campaigns, and we're going to talk a little bit more about them later on. But the first session of these campaigns is always going to be devoted to character creation. So each player is going to have their own character with their own character sheet, and you get to customize them according to options from the D&D official player's handbook. You get to make decisions about your character, including their class, which is like their skills and their abilities, their ancestry, so what culture they hail from, whether they're elf, human, gnome, tiefling. There's all sorts of options. There's your ability scores, your stats, what your character is good at, your hit points, which is health. If you've ever played any RPGs, you're probably familiar with the concept of hit points, and your spells and equipment. Everybody gets cool things. You can decide your personalized backstory and decide how you became an adventurer, and then let the adventure unfold from there when we bring all our characters to the table and have them interact. It's good fun. When we are actually playing the game, so our campaigns are each going to be 6 sessions long, so that's 1 session for character creation and 5 sessions for gameplay. And what the gameplay looks like is the DM describes the environment or what the situation is at hand. The players will describe what they want their characters to be doing, and then the DM will narrate the results of those actions. So it's a conversation, it's a give and take. It's I say something, you say something, I say something, you say something. And then how are dice involved? Well, anytime there is an outcome that may be uncertain because of some force of resistance or some challenge that must be overcome, we roll a 20-sided die, or D20, and basically the higher the number, the more likely it is to succeed. And the challenge will differ depending on how difficult the thing that you're trying to overcome is, but generally 20 is pretty good, 1 not so great. And there are other dice too, but that's sort of nitty-gritty details. That's the basics of how dice are involved in D&D. And when we play, we're going to be rolling virtual dice. So don't worry, you don't need to run to the store and grab your own set of polyhedral dice. We have virtual dice. So we use, when we do our ROC D&D campaigns, we use a site called roll20.net. So it's free to use. You can make an account for free. You just need an email. And it gives us the ability to play with, it's a virtual tabletop that lets us use maps, music, virtual character sheets, roll virtual dice. And it's pretty simple to use in my experience. And I have an example to show you of what the virtual character sheets look like. So here is the example character sheet. So here you can see we've got, so up here, this is an elf wizard. You've got your ability scores on the side. You've got your skills. You've got your hit points. And don't worry if this looks super confusing. I promise that in the first session, we go through all of it. But making a roll is as simple as one click, and then it appears in the chat. And this is how we do our rolls, and this is how we play. So Roll20 is an amazing site that lets us expand on our play. So now let's talk about the campaigns that we'll be playing. So there are 3 campaigns, as I said, each of them 6 sessions long. And with the first being the Master's Vault. So, and we've also sort of divided it up into beginner and advanced. So the Master's Vault is designed as a beginner's campaign. It's designed to be an introduction to Dungeons and Dragons and Roll20, and teaches you through the play of how to do these things. It's a first level adventure, and it is running from January 22nd to February 26th. So it's a mystery where you have to a mystery and a fetch quest where you have to find all the pieces needed to unlock a vault and learn the truth about your master, who's been teaching you how to be an adventurer. Then we have our second campaign, which has both beginner and advanced groups available for it. And it's a 3rd level adventure, so you can your character's going to have a little bit more power, more oomph to it. You'll be facing slightly more danger and peril as you complete quests to aid the townsfolk of Spandolin, while the threat of Cryovane, the white dragon, looms on the horizon. And that is going to be running from March 12th, to April 16th. And then our 3rd and final campaign is the Hidden Shrine of Tomoe-shan, which is an advanced sort of only. I mean, if you've done our other campaigns, if you were a beginner and you played the Master Vault and you played the Dragon of Icefire Peak, I'm fairly certain that you would have the experience needed to join in our 3rd campaign, which is a high difficulty or medium difficulty dungeon crawl. So you'll be exploring a ruined temple deep within the jungle, full of dangerous creatures and complicated puzzles, and there to uncover treasure beyond your wildest dreams. And that is running from April 30th to June 4th. So those are our 3 campaigns. If you have any more questions about those campaigns, then you can, of course, email me. But before we get to that, Caitlin.
Yes, we are so excited to have you join us and to register for our D&D programs. You go to roc.campbrainregistration.com, and that link will also be in the description of this video for convenience. In terms of the cost of the program, we are offering a tier system. We are thankful for a generous grant from the Pride and Remembrance Foundation that's allowed us to subsidize part of the cost for this program. And this is per campaign. Cost per campaign. And each of the campaigns, in terms of numbers, we're accepting up to 6 participants. And you are able to register for multiple if you would like, and we would love to see your wonderful faces again. In terms of attendance, we would like you to just double check and make sure before you sign up that you will be able to attend all the sessions. It's important for storytelling purposes. We keep everyone fully engaged in the in campaign and fully participating, so we can keep the flow of things going nicely. Of course, we understand that unexpected things come up sometimes, but we would like everyone to be able to attend all of the sessions if that is possible. So if you have any more questions, you can email myself about anything to do with the registration system on CampBrain, or Noah about the campaigns themselves.
Yeah, and sessions will be taking place on Saturdays. So each of those weeks, so 6 weeks, Saturday sessions, there's like afternoon and evening time slots, depending on when you register, you'll see what the options are. So if you have any more questions, feel free to email us. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you at the sessions themselves. Thank you so much. Have a good day.